buddies! For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Val, also known as Barefoot Beader. I can't believe we're already in March. Spring is just around the corner, and I've got to say, it can't get here soon enough for me. Time has passed so quickly, I'm just now getting last month's Bargan Bead Box video uploaded. So, this video is for the month of February. A mixture of amethyst and purple beads, hints of green and silver tone findings and components. February's Bargan Bead Box definitely had a theme. Actually, a couple. Both of them quite obvious. I chose the lesser of the two. I designed a beautiful amethyst necklace, earrings and bracelet set. Come on, I'll show you what I made. When I make necklaces, I usually begin with the focal, then I design around it. I never know what kind of design I'm going to come up with, unless I'm following a tutorial. With this focal, I looked at the amethyst teardrop for quite some time before I decided I wasn't too thrilled with the plain silver bail that came with it. I went rummaging through my stash, searching for what I hoped would be just the right bail. And, lo and behold, I found the perfect one. I also found a couple of nice, pretty bead caps. I decided they would probably come in handy. A picture began to form in my head. I saw the focal just as plain as day. I began by cutting a short piece of silver wire. I connected the amethyst teardrop to the bail, then placed the bail on the wire. I added a 10mm amethyst bead with the bead caps on each side of the focal bead, then finished the piece by making a loop on each end of the 18-gauge wire. My focal piece was a success. Truthfully, it wasn't my intention to make a double-strand necklace. I was meaning to keep the piece simple, yet classy. But, like most of my experiences in life, once I get started, I have a hard time stopping. I started with the outside strands first. The first two stations I made, I used a couple of 6mm matte crackle amethyst beads, with tiny crystals on each side. Then, I used small pieces of chain to connect them to the focal. Now comes the part where my eyes have once again failed me. Getting old and going blind is surely not for the faint of heart. I had gone back into my stash, thinking I'd found the cutest tiny purple stones, only to find out much later they weren't purple at all. I had incorporated sodalite into the mix. Sodalite is not purple. It's blue. Oh dear. Blue and purple go well together, don't they? Oh well, I thought so. Another vision was beginning to form in my head. I used the sodalite beads to make a station, using cute little flower-type bead caps and green glass elongated rice beads. Well, maybe not rice beads, but I've forgotten what they're called. Putting them in a design I found pleasing on 22-gauge silver wire. I wire wrapped them and connected them to the first station. After that, I used a purple glass bead and some tiny matte, light purple beads, and a couple of tiny crystals to make a station. Using the same wire wrap method as before, I connected them to the station before. Now, the vision was becoming clear. I decided to make an inner strand using the sodalite stations I had previously mistakenly made. I made another station using a 1mm amethyst bead and 2 bead caps. I used jump rings to connect the station to the sodalite station, ending with a station of wire-wrapped amethyst bead and 2 matte faceted beads. Then, again, using jump rings, I connected the outer focal strand to the inner strand. Now, it was time to make the back of the necklace. For this, I used 2 strands of soft flex about 4 inches long. I strung on some crystals, matte amethyst beads, purple faceted beads, crimp beads, bead covers, and wire guards, finishing the piece with a toggle end. I clasp. Though, the end results of this necklace turned out very pretty. I've decided I'm going to keep it instead of selling it. I think using the sodalite in it may have cost me some brownie points. I won't be selling the matching earrings either. I'll tell you why. See? It's pretty obvious, isn't it? One is lighter than the other. I know. When you're working with natural stone, sometimes it's hard to get the exact coloring. But I do believe these stones could have been matched up better. I have really long hair, so I think the coloration won't be too noticeable to the average person. But to a customer who is spending their hard-earned money on something nice, they deserve better. By the way, I know some of you have been watching me for a while, and some of you are new here. Don't be shy. Come on, click on that subscribe button and the little bell to be notified of upcoming videos. It would sure help me out a ton. Also, I'd love to hear from you, and have you joined the Beading Buddy family? Leave a comment and tell me what you think of my jewelry. I promise, I read every comment, and I do try my best to comment back. Communication is the key to success. I made this bracelet to go with the necklace and earrings. I wish I had had a small teardrop bead to turn into a charm. I didn't have any in my stash, and there wasn't one in the Bargan Bead Box. But they did send me some of these cute little silver dragonflies. I added a couple of matte lilac-colored beads to make this charm. All in all, I'm pleased with the outcome. Again, I used soft flex to string on the beads, a couple of tiny crimp beads, and a couple of small jump rings to the ends. Then added a small toggle and I clasped to finish it. I can't wait to have you back. Many blessings be with you. See you next time.